Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, Uchishta Bharat. Today, I wanted to take the subject much further as I was speaking about life after death, human consciousness, body, mind, and soul, human existence, and human exigency. Like I have been doing research in the subject of dance and music in cross reference to Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra or Nata plus Shastra or doctrines that needs to be followed. There is one major, very important person or highly intellectual person whom we remember as Kautilya, Chanakya, or Vishnugupta. Most of us have a perception that Kautilya or Chanakya or Vishnugupta had written Arthashastra. Arthashastra does not mean talking about the political or the socio-economic civilizations or whatever it is. At the face value of it. But the uniqueness and the beauty of Chanakya's Arthashastra text is that, sorry about that, he inculcated Natya Shastra in a very beautiful way, considering various subjects. As we know, Bharata's Natya Shastra is not only pertaining to the doctrine for dancers to be followed, or the musicians, or text that is involving more or less the practical application of the Vedas or Upanishads or the Upavedas towards the betterment of the society or towards betterment of the individual to reach that highest intellectual level. As there is a saying over here, Shastriya Divesh is an umbrella term for various performance related arts rooted in religious Hindu musical theatrical styles. Understand this, which constitutes Dharma Vijay, Lobha Vijay, Asura Vijay, Sura Vijay, Sura Vijay, Acquisitive Vijay. Though this happened in 1200 BCE, See, the beauty over here is Vishnugupta or Chanakya took into consideration the 2nd century text of Natya Shastra and inculcated or imbibed or inscribed or tried to use the very base level study of the subjective and objective understanding towards the betterment of the society or the individual. From the dharma, artha, kama and moksha point of view. Though most of it is pertaining to dharma and artha. However, here is where our dharmic or the ritualistic practices went away. Incidentally, even before I speak about Vishnugupta's conceptual, subjective and objective understanding of Natya Shastra, how he implemented that towards the socio-economic development, I need to talk about Acharya Chanak, father of Vishnugupta or Chanakya, and Mahamantri of Magadha. Whose name is Shakkar. Shaktar. These two legendary people were the ones who understood the Shastras to the core and tried to apply in the socio-economic diversification. This is the beauty of Natya Shastra. Thanks to Sears or Bharata, situation was like our socio-economic crisis or the political economic crisis or the individual growth perspective crisis was existing even when Adi Shankaracharya was there. And this was also imbibed by Vishnugupta and his father Acharya Chanak. Such a beautiful subject, I really feel like, at times I feel I'm fortunate enough to be born on this earth, specifically in Indian subcontinent. Two pillars, Shaktar and Acharya Chanak, should be credited for this. And Acharya Chanak should be credited for getting that lineage of Vishnugupta. Vishnugupta taking that baton and creating the history. Sad, but truth has to be told. With the invasion of Westerners like Alexander, Porus, Seleucus, and Muslims, as the centuries passed by, years passed by, total dharma or the total ritualistic practices have been taking that, that diminishing factor, which is what I would say diminution of the power thought. And that's where the spread of ignorance started. And the inability and ignorance in knowing the exact knowledge of what really the true meaning of existence of human consciousness means. This is the sad part of our Indian history. If I go back to 2nd century CE, it was the same scenario where Indra had to go to Brahma and ask for dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. And that's when Brahma came up with Natya Shastra. And that's when, they came up with the very first dance art. Which is more or less having the theme of Ksheerasagara Madana. Now, if I engulf whole of this subject more or less touches upon the Dharma Vijay, Lobha Vijay, or Acquisitive Vijay, or Asura Vijay or Sura Vijay. Asura Vijay and Sura Vijay. Why am I using Dharma Vijay and Lobha Vijay, Acquisitive Vijay, Asura Vijay or Sura Vijay? We as individuals, if we get collective together and start working towards the consistent growth of the country as a whole in terms of unity, today India would have been superpower. Unfortunately, we do not have that. And I see this happening specifically in the field of art and culture, because I have been following various blogs, I have been following various various cults, I have been seeing various disturbances or various debates happening. Bharatnatyam is great, Kuchipudi is great, Mohiniyattam is great, This thing is great, that thing is great. Where are we talking about dharma over here? When I am talking about dharma Vijay, Vijay means success over here. When I talk about dharma, what kind of dharma is this wherein you are dividing everything? This was not the vision of Kautilya or Vishnugupta or Chanakya or Shaktar or Acharya Chanak. For that matter, if I go back even Bharata, though people say Bharata has written, but I would say it is the collective effort of many rishis and munis. If Indra was thinking of dharmo rakshati rakshitaha, why this division of various genres? Forget about genres. Devadasis. And this is where we fail to actually, we have failed in the literal sense. We have failed in the literal sense to take it further or to look at it in further way. This is from the Natya Shastra's point of view. This is, let me talk from the personal front or the individualistic approach. Our body, mind and soul consistently is failing to understand what is this dharma Vijay or lobha Vijay or asura Vijay or sura Vijay. Sura means positive thinking. Asura means negative thinking. Lobha. We as individuals, have some or the other grit. Whether it is parents, whether it is kids, whether it is siblings, whether it is anybody. This is where the individual fails. And that is the reason why he or she does not grow. When it comes to socio-economic development, as a social personality, as an individual, you being a social person, what is it that you are giving? That bit of thing that you are giving. We need to understand that. Are we united? With our thought process? Let's say I am a Brahmin. Though I am from the Brahmin clan itself, that's fine. And I say, follow Shaivagama. Is that good enough? And other person who is following Vishnu Agama or any other cult, are we seeing that godly thing in that? When dance itself does not have genres, how are we finding that distinction, this is where the socio-economic reforms have gone wrong. And that's when Adi Shankaracharya created Advaita philosophy. And then Dvaita philosophy and other philosophies came into picture. And this directly impacts political economic scenario. It's a very complicated situation. Understand this. From the Vedas point of view, or the Upanishads point of view, or Upavedas point of view. And unfortunately, this is where the elements of aham plus akara, I feeling comes into picture. This is what is called ahamkara. This is where the chit starts forming. Is this what we call Ananda Swarupa? Let's be honest on this. And at the same time, we want to reach to that Asima Ananda. Asima Ananda here means beyond the form, meaning formless nature. How does that come? It comes from Tyaga and Seva Bhava. Are we really doing that? As an individual, I am talking as an individual as well as socio-economic reformative point of view, or a political economic reformative point of view. This is for every genre of dance form as well as individualistic approach towards the prosperity of the person as a whole. And that is where this Uchishta Bharata concept comes into picture. And today we are talking about Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. And today whatever the apathies that we are getting to see, be it from the personal front, as an individual, if one is suffering, it is all due to the absence of all of these factors. And very importantly, this Lobha Vijay is what stops one from the growth point of view. I have used the word called Shastriya Divesh. What is that Shastriya Divesh? Shastriya Divesh means understanding of Shastras in a unified way. Are we getting that? This is what is a point that Natya Shastra touches upon. Natya Shastra's very base level understanding is to understand the Uchishta Bharata concept and Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. With many stalwarts talking about all of this, What is it that we are failing upon today? And a very major point that Chanakya talks about over here is religion and the casteism aspect. In the name of religion and casteism aspect, if I really look at Natya Shastra, it had never talked about religion or casteism there. It was more or less talking about the Brahmanism and Brahmanical rights. When I say Brahmanism, Brahmanism is the understanding of Brahmanda, Indanda, Pindanda. Brahmanical rights, understanding of the Vedic philosophy from the front of Asura Vijay, Acquisitive Vijay, and Dharma Vijay. Are we touching upon that? It's a very big question mark. And now, if we really look at that unified thought process, is that working upon the society? Think about it. It's a very important question and vital question for the existing gurus or the scholars who are doing research in the field of fine arts and culture. Not only for them, even the one who is working on the Vedas and Upanishads or Upavedas. Because the very base moral study of the subjective and objective part is all about understanding Dharma Vijay, Lobha Vijay, and Asura Vijay and Sura Vijay. Is that happening in the dancers or the scholars? I had seen some time back, I will establish this, I will be doing this, I will be doing that. When that is not at all there in the Shastras, how are we talking about this? Why this diversification and why this divergence happening? In the name of art and culture, which indirectly or directly gives that moral statement towards the betterment of the individual, betterment of the socio-economic and political scenarios. I wouldn't want to get into the philosophical or the spiritual aspects of the Vedas, Upavedas or Upanishads or whatever it is. I am directly talking about the brief gist or the objective and subjective part as to why Indra had to go to Brahma and talk about this, that this religion and casteism is getting declined. It's $100 billion question. Plus, the very point of reflexivity is happening. It's like self-centric civilization that is existing in today's world. In other words, it's like Atman Atman centric, or if I say use it, Atma Kendra. When it has to be geocentric. When I say geocentric, it has to be in the unified way. And at the same time, we talk about Swa plus Tantra, Swatantra. It's like we are not thinking from the Swa-centric point of view. Swa over here means you as an individual standing alone and trying to fight the situation. And trying to see that we get that unified nature amongst the society. Is that happening? Sorry about that. We tend to actually we need to understand from the Swaraj point of view also this thing. Swa plus Raj, Swaraj. Swa plus Rat, Swarat. And if I talk about regimes of power, there are three aspects to this, which is good, obedient, and bad. How are we addressing all of these factors and cofactors? And this directly getting to para and apara vidya. We need to be thankful to Acharya Chanak again, Shaktar, because they are the pillars, and Acharya Chanak's son, his lineage, Chanakya, Vishnugupta or Kautilya, to get to the notice. Though he had written Arthashastra, but he was a staunch follower of Vedas and Upavedas. And he had followed Natya Shastra to the core. This is a classic example. Think about it. This has to be understood from the art and culture point of view. This has to be understood by the research scholars, gurus, dancers as well. Think about it. I leave it on to the viewers or the one who are following my videos, whether they take or not. That is their take. Can we address this? It's $100 billion question. It is still becoming a question mark. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. I leave it as an open-ended question to everyone. Think about it. I conclude this video with a positive note. Stay blessed. Have a blissful life. May the Guru's grace be with all. Have a nice day ahead. Uchishta Bharata.